Welcome back to Football Daily for this week's edition of Transfer Talk. We have a bumper show lined up for you today filled with all the rumours concerning the Premier League's biggest names. So let's jump straight into it. We kick off in Liverpool, where Jurgen Klopp's side have had a quiet window to date, with their only major signing thus far centre-back Ibrahim Konate. Whilst Chelsea, Man City and Man United have strengthened significantly, Reds fans have begun to worry that they won't be able to challenge for the title this season. But we can finally bring them some good news. According to L'Equipe, Lyon are keen to sign one-away Reds forward SHAQIRI, with manager Peter Bosz reportedly a fan of the former Bayern Munich man's versatility. The report claims that the right winger, who only made 5 Premier League starts last season but went on to star at the Euros with Switzerland, could be available for as little as £4 to £6 million. That would be a pretty disappointing fee for Liverpool's sporting director Michael Edwards, who has made a habit of extracting the best possible fee out of players they no longer want. But the good news is that the Reds have supposedly lined up a replacement, with Belgian publication Vuurtbal24 claiming that the club are considering a move for Rennes Jeremy Doku. Like SHAQIRI, Doku shone during the European Championships, with his electric performances from the left wing going some way to replacing Eden Hazard, who struggled once again throughout the tournament with injuries. He coupled a solid 3.1 shot creating actions with an insane 5.5 dribbles per 90, even completing 8 during Belgium's quarter-final exit to Italy. Transfermarkt value him at £23 million, but at 19 and with 4 years left on his current contract, the article claims it will take upwards of £38 million to land the former Anderlecht flyer. This seems like a lot of money for someone with 1 year of Ligue 1 experience, who also plays off the left, a position in which Liverpool have plenty of strength and depth with Mane and Jota. Whilst clearly a talented player, we think Liverpool would be better placed targeting an elite centre forward. Do you guys agree though? Get your thoughts in the comments below. We head north to the Midlands now, where Leicester City are preparing for the possibility of James Maddison leaving the club. As we have reported over the last few weeks, Arsenal are keen to bring the former Norwich number 10 to the Emirates, and have proposed a player plus cash deal, which as of today the Foxes don't seem that keen on. And Brendan Rodgers has made it abundantly clear that he believes Maddison wants to stay, saying, "I know he is happy here and that he wants to be here," before continuing, "If anything comes to the club, Director of Football John Rudkin would tell me straight away and I would deal with it then, but there has been nothing that has come my way." But if he does leave, Football.London are reporting that the Foxes could look to sign Man United's Jesse Lingard as his replacement. The 28-year-old showed remarkable form on loan at West Ham last season, contributing an extraordinary 9 goals and 4 assists in just 16 league appearances, helping the Hammers qualify for Europe. But so far David Moyes' side are refusing to meet the Red Devils' asking price, which is believed to be around £30 million. The arrival of Jadon Sancho this summer means that competition for places is even more fierce in Solskjaer's squad. But Lingard had been impressing in pre-season prior to contracting COVID, making it more likely he would stay at the club. But if Maddison was to leave the King Power, Lingard would be a dynamic addition to Leicester, who have already added the pacey Patson Daka this summer. The only issue with Lingard as a Maddison replacement is that they are actually fairly different players. Whilst the former carried the greater goal threat, averaging just under 0.6 goals per 90 last term, compared to Maddison's 0.3, the current Leicester number 10 is a far better creator, averaging almost double the key passes per 90 with 2.1. With Vardy, Iheanacho and Daka already in the squad, there is an argument to be made that Rodgers would be better served signing an out-and-out creator to replace Maddison, someone like Lorenzo Pellegrini, rather than a counter-attacking running threat like Lingard. What do you guys think though? Can you see Maddison leaving Leicester, and would Lingard be a solid replacement if he does leave? Let me know your thoughts down below. To Spain now, where Atletico Madrid's Kieran Trippier has continued to dominate the back pages. As we all know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been seeking competition for Wan-Bissaka at right back all summer, and England's Trippier was earmarked as their number 1 target in that position. But the Mirror claim that United are no longer chasing their La Liga title winner, with Diego Simeone understood to value the 30-year-old, who has just 2 years remaining on his current deal, at £34 million. According to that report, the 20-time English champions have now ended their pursuit of the Bury-born fullback, with Diogo Dalot's encouraging performances in pre-season suggesting he could be the one to put pressure on AWB. Supposedly Arsenal have now spotted an opportunity and view him as the ideal replacement for Hector Bellerin, who they've been trying to offload all summer. According to the AFC Bell, the Gunners would like to resolve their right-back situation, either by selling Bellerin or offering him a new deal before putting all their energy into the James Maddison deal. In this COVID-affected market, very few clubs are able to conduct more than one piece of business at a time, and it's clear that Arsenal need to release funds before making any more major signings. We can't help but think that the signing of MADDISON or Odegaard is far more important to their top four aspirations than acquiring another right-back this summer, as good as Trippier is, due to Chambers and Cedric's promising performances towards the back end of last season. But Gooners, are you in agreement? As much as you might want to offload Bellerin, surely bringing in some creativity is the priority this summer. You know what to do. Next up on today's Transfer Talk, we bring you the latest news concerning Chelsea's Tammy Abraham. As we all know, the Blues are happy to offload the academy graduate, having recently completed the signing of Romelu Lukaku for £98 million. And there are a number of clubs that are reportedly interested. According to the Daily Mail, the former Aston Villa loanee has already rejected an approach from Atalanta and is set to do the same with Jose Mourinho's Roma. Sky Sports claim that the Giallorossi have offered £34 million for the 23-year-old, who scored 12 goals and provided 6 assists in 32 games in all competitions for the European champions last term. The Mail claim though that the 6'5" frontman would rather stay in England than head to Rome and is holding out for a move to Arsenal, whose ability to sign him is tied up in the futures of Lacazette and Nketiah. The logic from Roma's perspective is obvious. Edin Dzeko will likely leave the club, with Inter Milan continuing to be linked, and Mourinho will surely need more than Borja Mayoral and Edel Shomurodov in terms of firepower if they are to overturn the 16-point gap to the top four this season. But with Chris Smalling having largely been ignored by Gareth Southgate since moving to Italy, particularly during his excellent 2019-20 campaign, perhaps Abraham believes his best chance of re-establishing himself in the England reckoning is to remain in the Premier League. This one is a fast-moving story, so expect changes to it by the hour. But for now, we want to ask you, if you were Tammy Abraham, where would you want to end up? Arsenal or Roma? Get your answers down below. And finally, as we covered on Euro Transfer Talk yesterday, Lionel Messi's move to PSG is now complete. The club's Qatari ownership have admired the Argentinian legend ever since they acquired a 70% controlling stake in the club in 2011, and made a concerted effort to sign the 34-year-old in 2020, but they've now got their man. According to the London Evening Standard, Messi's 2-year deal is worth €35 million per season or £29 million, which includes a £21 million signing on fee. Breaking it down further, Messi's salary will work out at £2.4 million per month, or £617,000 per week, or over 3 times the amount Marcus Rashford earns at Man United. And when you break it down further, the Evening Standard claim that Messi will be paid just over £2 per second. Not bad at all. Interestingly, Messi's €35 million salary is a fair bit more than Neymar's £31 million that he takes home per season. According to The Athletic, this outlay means that the club is not only delaying their pursuit of Paul Pogba, but are now open to offers for 10 players this summer. Whilst many of Europe's biggest clubs are struggling to offload players for sizable fees this summer, the Parisians, according to The Athletic, anticipate interest in players such as Abdou Diallo, Thilo Kehrer, Idrissa Gueye and Rafinha. Before continuing, others such as Mauro Icardi and Ander Herrera, who may be considered expendable, have stated a desire to stay. The Daily Mail claim that the club's wage bill is currently £256 million per year, and they are still insistent that the club want to keep Kylian Mbappe. Pochettino has made it perfectly clear that the French superstar will not have to leave due to Messi's arrival, saying earlier this week, "I have not spoken with Messi, and any move would not mean that Kylian would leave." Mbappe isn't the only player whose contract is set to expire next year though, with Angel Di Maria and more worryingly Xavi Simons able to negotiate with other clubs come January. If PSG don't find a way of offloading their deadwood in a COVID-affected market, their chances of keeping Mbappe will surely be drastically reduced. PSG fans, do you hold any concerns about signing Messi, given that it could reduce your ability to retain Mbappe? Or are you just delighted with the signing of the 6-time Ballon d'Or winner? Get your thoughts in the comments section. So guys, that's all we've got time for on Transfer Talk for this week. Let me know what you guys thought of the stories and what you're thinking about Messi's arrival in PSG. Personally, I find it a little bit sad, but there we have it. If you've enjoyed this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and click on screen for another great FD video. And I'll catch you next time.